The following contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Everyone's recording?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, Jonah, I'm recording too because I got this new board for our studio. We'll get more into it when we actually officially start the show.
Uh-huh.
But I got this new board for kind of this Mandel 2.0 push that we've decided we're going to make.
Yes.
It's just like the perfect board for podcasting. It's literally made for podcasting.
Did somebody say they wanted a perfect board for podcasting?
Oh my God.
Hey!
We haven't seen this guy in years. It's our old friend Getimate.
Getimate here. And if you remember the last time I was here, Mark, I sold you a fantastic board by Behringer.
Yes, you did.
Completely derailed your podcast so much that now I hear you're contemplating just calling it quits.
Oh, no. The only thing I'm calling it quits on is this old Behringer board you sold me a long time ago.
Well, let me tell you, I've got a new board for you here.
Well, maybe it's the one I just bought already, Lee, because I got the Rodecaster Pro.
That's great. Hey, listen, I got a great board for you here.
Yeah, but
it's the Behringer 4974X. It's the X.
Oh.
So we've added a lot of new features to this.
Really? Well, let me ask you. For example, my board, I actually have Bluetooth built into it with my phone, so I can actually now take calls in the future with our listeners.
Bluetooth? Who needs Bluetooth when you can just hook in a cord?
But your board, the last one you sold me, I couldn't even hook in a cord for a phone line.
Right. We didn't have any attachments for mic cords in the soundboard, but this one we do. We have one slot for one microphone for your podcast.
Well, that doesn't do me any
lose.
good. That doesn't do me any good because I've got multiple people here in the studio usually.
And you know, Mark, people are always asking me, they're saying, Lee, how can you have such a great product for such a cheap price? And I'm going to tell you what, Mark, if you sign on the line right now, no questions asked.
Yeah.
I'll get you this board right here with all the sound quality, the one mic input, $99.99.
Oh, Mark.
That is a little steep for what you're offering, my friend.
$99.99. And if you act now, Mark, I will throw in a free power cord. A free power cord.
It doesn't come with a power cord?
No, it does not, but I'll throw one in for free. I'll throw one in for free.
Well, does it at least, like this board, I can also, as a backup, I can record our show directly to my board. No problem. Just hit a big red record button. Does yours do that?
No, you cannot record. However, if you have a cell phone or some sort of modular device, you could hit record on it, and it would record your voice while you're using the new Behringer soundboard.
I don't.
And by the way, Mark, you know, these days a lot of people are saying, hey, you know, we need stereo quality for our show. Stereo quality so people can hear it in both ears. I say We're taking a step back in time.
Well,
retro.
Why would
a
we do
mono
that?
Only board. Mono only board. And I'll tell you what. Because we have this extra edition of the mono board, it's a $500 value, yours free. With purchase.
Oh, Mark, the mono board.
Maybe you could sell Jonah on that sometime. I don't think.
No, the mono board. All right, well, why don't you guys think it over? No pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, no pressure. Think it over. And I'll tell you what, I'll knock another 500 off, so we're talking 95 or 94.99.
Oh, wow.
94.99. Okay,
Jonah, that's all you, buddy.
Yeah, that's a little more than I'm looking to spend.
All right, gotta go. I'll tell you what, I have a conference call about this new multi-level marijuana marketing firm that I'm working on here. So CBD oils, it's the next thing. It's the hot thing right now. I'm going to go. I have a conference call, and then I'm going on Facebook to sell some Lululemon, all right?
All right. So
I'll talk to you guys later, and just give it some thought, okay?
Okay, thanks, Lee.
Getimate out.
Hello, boys. Mark.
I just pooped and it smells fabulous.
Lowell.
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is the big one. It's the Mark and Lowell Show,
It was a show just for me and you, much like this podcast.
where two guys bring you stories and opinions
Our listeners will not laugh.
But if we laugh, then people will laugh.
built on 30 years of friendship.
You were singing operatically.
Yeah, while you were taking the camera.
And I was zooming in.
zooming in on my crotch.
Yes.
Along with a regular cast of pals to help them remember it all.
Camp is the best.
Get your shit together.
All right, so back to your swamp ass.
Now, here's Mark and Lowell.
Hello and welcome, everybody, to the Mark and Lowell Show. I am your host, Mark Ronick, and here with me, as always, my co-host, Lowell Melser. Hello, Lowell.
Yeah, it was a blast from the past there, huh?
Yeah, I guess you got the tail end of Lee there, Legitimate.
Yeah, he was on fire, as they say.
Yeah, he was really on fire, yes. Let us also welcome in a real player on the show. It's our friend Jonah Berger. Hello, Jonah.
Say, brothers, what's happening?
It is the exhausted dad.
It is the exhausted dad in a wife and babyless home for the night.
Yeah.
Wow,
The
that's
whole night.
and you're on the podcast. I commend that.
That's
If
true.
that ain't love, baby, what is?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lowell.
I will give
Thank
you the ding for that.
Yeah.
Could so be watching TV right now.
Oh, my God. Don't worry. On in the background without the sound because I follow my directions. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I would be too. But really, do you have anything planned? You are a couple hours behind us, so you still have a whole evening ahead.
Absolutely. I've just drank my vanilla chai beverage, chock full of 10 grams of protein and some caffeine, so I can keep on keeping on.
Caffeine.
And then I'm watching a movie. I'm ordering food. So that's it. I'm packing too. I'm going to St. Louis tomorrow morning.
What's in St. Louis?
That's why Megan and Amelia went to see her family. I'm going for a conference in St. Louis, CMT.
Oh, nice. Lowell, you have had quite a busy week
Yes.
with back to school and good old Reed starting kindergarten.
Yeah, it's an emotional time. You know, maybe a stray tear.
Such a tear. One
such a
stray. Yeah.
Yeah, I was fine until he got on the bus.
Ooh.
And then I got a little
Bus
choked
is
up.
big. Bus
Yeah.
is big.
Bus is
Got a little
big.
choked up. Because, like, we went to his orientation, and it was fine. It was, like, the parents and the kid, and we see his classroom, we see his teacher.
Yeah, and by the way, so back to school nights, and I know they do that a
Oh,
little
my God.
early for kindergarten, but get ready, buddy, because this goes on all the way through.
And you got to leave notes in their desk when you go to back to school night, so the next day they come in and find the notes.
Right. But that's the fun stuff. But let me tell you something. Once you hit middle school and you're still going to the back to school nights,
Yeah, you're like,
it is,
all right, I get it. They're here.
Yeah, it
All
is
right.
such a chore. I mean, it is nice to be able to look all the teachers in the face and see who they
Yeah.
are once, but it just feels like a chore. And I'm sure our good friend Lisa, who's not here tonight, she is at back to school night because her full-time job is a teacher.
Right.
So she's doing one of these right now. But yeah, man, this is the beginning of a long haul of back to school nights.
Yeah, what's cool what they do at the kindergarten, though, is you go during the day. So it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I remember that.
Met with the principal, like in the lunchroom, gives a whole spiel, and then we went off with the teacher and tour of the school and the classroom and the curriculum and all that stuff. And Reed got his cubby ready.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah, that's
it was
cool.
Such a cubby.
So it was cool. And then, like, but all that, I was fine. I thought I would be like a wreck the whole time.
Yeah.
Just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But I was fine. I was fine. I was fine. And then the day of first day of school came, and we were at the bus stop, and all the kids are there and everything. And then when he got on the bus, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's true because even to that point, right before they start to line up for the bus, you're fine. I remember this.
Yeah.
You're totally fine because you're just excited for your kid. You're seeing them interact with the other kids and they're excited and
Right.
everything's great. But that moment they take those steps on that bus and give you that last bye, I
Yeah.
love you.
I love you. Yeah, that's what got me. He was like, I love you, Daddy. I'm like,
God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I love you, too. Dad, I love you.
yeah.
Goodbye, Reed.
Change your stars, son.
You see, that music's like more Holocausty.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that, too, but I was
Yeah.
going to go Fiddler on the Roof as more
Yeah,
of
it's
a,
a
you
li-
know,
that
uplifting.
music's a little Holocausty. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a really unfortunate adjective.
Right.
A little Holocaust.
Yeah. Wait, I have to tell you a funny story, though. Tonight, so Reed, they got their library cards but they don't call the library anymore. They call it the media center.
That's right. That's right.
We had the media center.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they have books in there, but whatever. So they got them cards and they got a thing. So what do you think my son gets a book on?
Star Wars.
Farts.
A planet. All about this one planet.
Uranus.
Yes. Now, I would have been extra proud of him if he got it for the reason that it's Uranus.
Right, but he had
But
no
he's
idea.
like telling me, he's like, Daddy, I got a book on Uranus. I'm like, wait a minute, Reed. So then I sat him down and I said, Reed, I'm going to tell you something right now.
You already gave him the talk?
Reed, I'm going to ruin your innocence. Just sit down.
I sat him down.
Oh, my
sat him
God.
down and I said, Reed. And meanwhile, Allie's downstairs and she can hear this whole thing and she's like dying laughing.
God, yeah.
I go, Reed, now in your butt, your butthole where the duty comes out, the scientific term, that's called an anus.
Right.
And I said, and then he starts crying laughing when I tell him about anus.
Oh, no.
And then I go, so people think it's funny about the planet Uranus. And he goes,
You are teaching the kid our comedy early.
yeah,
This is
early.
exactly how it continues on. You teach them early.
Yeah, you got to teach him the comment. I'm like, so now people always make jokes about Uranus. It's Uranus. And he goes, Uranus, Daddy?
Oh,
and he's
no.
like dying laughing. He's like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Uranus.
But wait,
Uranus.
did you give him the asterisk of this whole thing? You can't do that at school, though.
No, yeah. I
Right.
said, I said, and I said, you can tell your best friend, but that's,
Find your
That's
mark
it.
and tell him.
Right.
But that's it.
I'm like, of all the books he could pick, he picked because he likes planets right now. He's
Yeah.
into planets.
Yeah.
So he saw Planet, and it's the book on Uranus. So that's the one he picked, and I'm like,
That's hysterical.
only he picked it. But if he picked it because it was Uranus,
Oh, of course.
because
But
of the joke, I'd be like, wow, you're in tune.
maybe he didn't even realize it. It's just in his blood. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Tell Reed if he ever wants a book on Uranus, I could write that book on Uranus. No problem.
Yeah, on Uranus.
No.
Surely
I
could.
know you can. I know you could.
So many times.
Yep.
So many times.
Second guessing that joke because now I'm thinking about it, and that could sound totally different than how I meant it.
Right.
I think either
Yeah.
way you take it, champ, it's funny and true.
Right.
Either way.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Lowell, but was the teacher... Now, I remember when I went to Maya's back to school for the first time, there were like 2 or 3 kindergarten teachers. Let's just say there were 2 kindergarten teachers. The other one was very hot. Like,
Oh.
I was she was uncomfortably hot.
Oh, a kindergarten teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I, in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn it.
Boom.
Why didn't I get that teacher?
Right.
But so was his hot? Average.
I mean,
Easy, tread easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a nice lady. I mean,
Nice. Okay.
she's got 2 16-year-old
Right. Okay.
twins.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
That's Lowell talk, folks. First, she ow, and I do mean.
Yeah, well, she's my age, so I'm out.
Yeah, she oh.
Resistance is futile. It's the Mark and Lowell Show.
Okay. Shifting gears, and I know it's kind of it's a tragic story, but we know that this hurricane is just blowing through and devastated the Bahamas, and it's making its way up the East Coast. But we like to always try to make things a little lighter. So in the spirit of a hurricane and hurricane season, we never got to Lowell's infamous story that he seems to do every year for WBAL-TV, his wind tunnel experiment.
Oh, we never went over this.
We never went over this.
Interesting.
This was probably a few weeks ago now, but
Yeah.
set this up. Now, you go wherever. It's the same place, right, every year?
It's at the University of Maryland College Park. They have a wind tunnel there
Okay.
that they really use for aerodynamic experiments.
Okay, got
To
it.
see, like, cars and, roofing shingles and things like that. That's really what they use it for.
And you stood in it?
Yeah, in like 115 mile per hour winds.
Did you have anything to hold on to?
Yeah, they chain you down, so like you're in a safety harness in the middle.
It would blow me right over, dude. Like half that wind.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you're a little exception to the rule here.
Yeah, I'm exceptional.
But it's still you're in a harness.
That's fun. I would totally do that.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I always love hearing Lowell reporting live from the wind tunnel as if he's in a hurricane. Let's hear him first set up the story.
So you may be asking yourself, why, Lowell? What are you doing in a wind tunnel that is mimicking Category 3 hurricane winds? Good question.
I like that, though. The why, Lowell?
Why, Lowell?
And then here he is in the tunnel.
We start with a Category 1, which is a piece of cake.
All right, we're at 76 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, Category 1.
Wow, that's one.
All right, so yeah, that sounds, just like a little bit of wind there, right?
It's intense, though.
It's intense, but, he seemed under control. But I just love the progression here.
Yeah.
Onto a Category 2.
We're just at about a Category 2 hurricane right now. Almost 100 miles an hour.
You can hear the...
Yeah.
The flapping cheek.
And then, of course, there's the Category 3.
Finally, as high as they will go, a Category 3.
All right, we're at just about at 111 Category 3 hurricane.
And from there, you get the idea.
All right, we're at just about at 111 Category 3 hurricane.
And from there, you get the idea.
Oh, that's awesome.
It takes everything you can to get the words out, right?
Oh, yeah, to talk. Yeah, because you got to yell. You have to yell.
We have posted that before on our social media, but we will repost that again because that is also worth a look-see as well.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, maybe next year someone else can have a try.
How about someone new in the tunnel?
Yeah, new in the tunnel.
Now I've experienced it. Thanks.
Yeah, it's enough.
Jonah, I wanted to check in a little bit with you as well because as we mentioned, you, at least earlier this week, you were telling me how you were a bit overwhelmed. You're still getting used to the fact that you ain't number one anymore.
Oh, man, I ain't even number 101 anymore.
Yeah, you're out, baby.
Oh, my God, dude.
You're out.
It caught up to me a little this week. I was spread too thin.
Yeah.
And the frustrations of, I can't even say lack of sleep, although 2 nights this week I got up because when Megan's working the next day, the rule is I get up if she wakes in the middle of the night. Vice versa. If I'm working, Megan gets up. But, of course, the 2 nights this week that I was on patrol the next day and Megan was working, she decided to wake up in the middle of the night. So
yeah, right.
1:15 and 4:15.
Man, I don't miss those days
Mama,
at all.
No.
1:15 and 4:15.
And I mean, we go to bed at 8:30, so at 1:15 I was already quivering, like quivering.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It sucks. And like, I have to tell you, like, I already miss her. I've talked to her on the phone since they left for Michigan this morning. But man, I do not miss that feeling of like, there's something I have to take care of all the time.
Right. You are on guard all the time.
Megan works 8.5 or 12.5 hour shifts. So she's gone from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. That whole time, there's no like full relaxing. There's joy. I love her. We go on walks. We play on the floor. She giggles. She's like the best. But man, she's also needy all the time, man.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Ooh, dogs.
She's almost 6 months now, right?
She'll be 6 months in 3 days.
So yeah, I mean it's still lots of tending to. It is a bit of a relief, right, Lowell? Like once they are a little more mobile and you can start to reason a little bit with them, you do get a little more of a sigh of relief.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing is sleeping through the night.
Getting to sleep.
Yeah.
All that is very important. And then when they're up, they're walking, they're talking, they can communicate with you. They can actually in some way tell you what's wrong.
Yeah, like anything.
Right.
Yesterday, I kept putting the bottle in her mouth and she'd scream every time. So I'm like, all right, there's a tooth coming in. Feel around, there's nothing. I'm like, what?
Right. Talk to me, girl.
And Megan always says that if she's like freaking out, we're trying to put her to bed. Megan is so quick to be like, oh, that poor thing. She's exhausted. And I get that Megan's right. That's exactly
so
what
selfish.
it is. But I have no patience. I'm walking around the house going, yeah, if she's so damn exhausted, why didn't she go to sleep? Why didn't she go to sleep? Like, I don't think rationally.
No, that's the story of every parent.
I'm like, come on, be a developed brain.
Yeah, and the teeth coming in is rough, man. Like, I remember
because that's coming.
With Reed once, we were at my in-laws. It was Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And he was having a fit at like around midnight. And it was clear it was a tooth coming in. And we didn't have any baby Tylenol. We didn't bring it with us.
Right, you didn't have anything.
I had to go to the Sheets.
Sheets.
The Sheets was the only thing that was open.
Right.
This is like that classic story. Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Nothing open. Had to run out to the Sheets, which amazingly had children's Tylenol.
Uh-huh.
Came home, gave him the children's Tylenol, and then he went like right to bed.
Wow.
I'm the winner!
Yeah, the teeth coming in is rough, man, because but the Tylenol or the children's Motrin definitely helps a lot with the teeth coming in.
Lowell on Christmas Eve, he was driving around. He was going into the Chinese food restaurants. Anyone got some baby Tylenol? Something.
I know you're a movie theater, but you got to have some Tylenol. Come on.
I mean, that was like one of those nights where you're like, well, if we can't find any, we might have to put some whiskey on his gums or something. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, what else do you do?
But luckily, I remember I called the Sheets because like all the drugstores were closed, and I called, and the woman at Welcome Sheets Pump 4's on,
Yeah, Welcome Sheets Pump 4's on.
I'm like, hey, do you guys have any children's Tylenol? And she's like, let me go look, honey. She comes back. She's like, yep, I got 2. I'm like, all right, I'll be right there. Hold me one.
Nice.
I'll be right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I brought her home. We went walking in the park, and then we dropped by Megan's hospital where she works to give her some coffee and a treat because it was our anniversary yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Happy anniversary.
3-year. And we get home, and I'm about to take Amelia out of the car seat. She's been in there for like 3 hours now. I see through the seatbelt straps some of the fabric of the onesie she's wearing, and it's yellow. And I'm like, I thought that's a white onesie. And I look at some of the other parts of the onesie, and I'm like, oh, God. And I unclip her.
Oh, no.
I lift her up, and it's like peeling 2 wet things off of each other. The entire back of her body and onesie are bright yellow with tides.
Oh.
And I do mean the mustard.
A blowout.
The mustard tides.
A real blowout.
Not only a blowout, clearly she had a blowout like 2 seconds after we left the house. And that whole 3 hours, she's just like smearing it around, baby.
Soaking in it, baby.
Oh, my God. I ran the bathtub, and I was like, screw this. I just took everything off of her and dunked her in the tub.
Done that plenty of times. You just it's just easier to put them in the tub. Yeah.
I just think that parenting would be so great if it wasn't for all the crying and the needs and the lack of sleep and the pooping. If it weren't for that, it's a piece of cake.
I tell you, though, as the years go by, though, you black it out.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
I'm
true.
sure you do.
You block it out.
Sure you do.
Yeah.
That's what Megan and I got to. We were talking about it after I had lost my cool. And I said, it's just so long of living one way. Of like, my needs are the only needs I have to factor, whatever I need to switch on a dime, I can, no problem. And now everything is so regimented and required that it's just no freedom. I'm not griping. I wouldn't trade her in. I adore this child.
But you just are having a hard time getting used to it.
That is the bitch of it. If we're getting right to the truth, that's the bitch.
I think the way, and I'm sure, Mark, you can agree, but like parenting is definitely phases. And then just when you think you can't take any more of phase A, you go into phase B.
Yep.
And then phase A is done, and then you're in phase B.
Yeah.
And then it's phase C, and then it's phase D. But each one has its own set of problems.
Interesting.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Like, for example, I went and visited the Melsers.
Right.
And Reed was so enthralled with his Minecraft.
Oh, boy.
It was Minecraft is greater than Markle.
It was. It was.
I was nothing. And it's okay. I wasn't mad or anything.
Right.
I get it. Especially it's a video game. And as a kid, that's something I probably would have been doing too.
Absolutely.
Right.
But the struggle is the parent, all right, enough with the Minecraft, enough with the Minecraft.
And then he's, and then after like 20 minutes, it's like, I'm bored. I want to play Minecraft. I'm like, all right, fine, go play Minecraft.
Yeah.
At least it's Minecraft and not Fortnite. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
It could be worse.
yeah, I know. I just felt bad because, like, Reed and Mark were like buds, and then now Reed's getting older, and
No, it means that I need to adapt now.
Yeah,
so
you got to up your game.
I got to up my game now. I got to evolve with Reed.
you got to bring over a game or something.
Yeah, and I got to learn. I got to get Maya to teach me the Minecraft. That's what I'm gonna do.
Have her teach me too.
Yeah, you're like, Reed, this is Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt, you shoot at the screen.
Shoot at the screen, right?
And you kill ducks. It's really exciting, Reed. You're going to love it.
And last thing, Lowell, how's that third kid of yours doing?
Who?
That one, that one under your eye there.
Oh, it's almost gone.
You had a sty?
Can you see? It's almost gone. No, I had a pimple in what could have been the worst place on your face. It was like underneath my eye. And
Yeah,
that,
it's like
soft skin.
something about Mary.
You ever had a whitehead on your eyeball, Mary?
Right, that's what I told
Right.
Allie. It was like
Yes.
something about Mary.
It wasn't quite on the eye line.
Oh,
of
God.
the
No,
lid.
it
It
was
wasn't
like
there.
it was like on the upper cheek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where the skin gets soft under your eye, like right there. It was like the weirdest spot to get one.
Every time I see you, the past few times now, there's always some kind of scar or wound on you. I think one time I saw you on my birthday and Reed had like swiped you across the face.
Yeah, Reed had swiped me across the face, or Sloan tries to choke me out. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
All right, that will do it for the Mark and Lowell Show. Please go to Facebook, go to Twitter, friend and follow us over there. And also don't forget, go to tweakedaudio.com, use our promo code MANDL, MANDL, and you get 33% off all of their different earbuds and earphones. It's a really great deal. You'll also get the Bluetooth versions. You got all sorts of options there, so check them out. Use our code, get 33% off at tweakedaudio.com.
And if you want to get me on all the social medias, and TikTok too, get me there.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually surveillance video that cracked this case.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's the best one. Special thanks to Jonah Berger.
Hey, if you want to get me at www.themainidea.com. She ain't lying.
Yeah, she ain't lying.
And a big shout out to Buzz Burbank, RJ Diaz, Aaron Lamb, and everybody else who helps us with this show. For Lowell Melser and Legitimate, I'm Mark Ronick. We will see you next time on the Mark and Lowell Show. Bye-bye. Yeah. All right.
It is. It's like,
All right. That will do it.
Don't. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I totally interrupted you. I apologize.
Yeah. Keeping it tight. Keeping it tight.
Go ahead.
All right, that will do it for the Mark and Lowell Show. Please go to Facebook, go to Twitter, friend and follow us over there.
Hey everyone, it's Legitimate here. I want to tell you about a recording device that I know will never fail. It's from my friends at Craptonics, and it's called... I want to tell you about my friends at Behringer and how they can make a shitty board. The Xenex X1622 USB. Hey, this is Legitimate here. I want to tell you about my friends at Behringer who make a mean board. I mean, if you really want to screw up your show, if you got a podcast that you really want to fuck up, go with my friends at Behringer. Hey guys, it's Legitimate here. I want to tell you about my good friends at Behringer. Behringer Soundboards.
Behringer Soundboards.
If you have a podcast out there that you're trying to make sound as bad as possible and you just want your show to be an absolute nightmare, I suggest you give my friends at Behringer a call.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out the...
The vagina?
Yeah, the vagina. I can't figure it out. It's taken me a life, I tell you, a life. I mean, don't get me wrong. Literally 2.5 hours after I dropped them off at the airport, I was like, all right, kind of miss them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some of the miss.
Yep.
But, man, I ain't even trying to lie. It feels good to be, like, even just driving around. I stopped at a 7-Eleven on the way home, and I was like, "You can just run in. You ain't gotta like get no one out the car or not run in. You can just go into 7."
Right. It's like,
oh my god. Yeah, literally.
Did you get yourself a pay?
About 1.5 inches of cherry.
Yeah.
Coke. No, of cherry. About 3 to 5 inches of Coke, and then a cherry topper.
All right. Yeah,
That's how I roll. I'm a cherry base. I'm a Coke main section, and then I'm a cherry on top.
That's about how I do it too.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
But I
delicious.
can never decide on the real balance though. It's a tough.
The balance matters not. The balance matters not. The body, really.
No.
Balance. It always tastes a little different than the last one, but no, that's the combo: cherry and Coke.
Yeah.
None of this like pineapple, mango, tropical diet Slurpee crap.
And if there is a flavor of interest, the most I'll do is maybe like turn it on and then grab a little with my finger.
Yeah, a little finger. Yeah, for sure. Maybe the first inches of the cup and drink it.
Right, but I usually just go right to right after that, I just go right to the cherry. Now you got to just turn your camera.
The only way I will stray from cherry and Coke is if they have blue. If they have blue, then I can't resist the shtickle of blue in there.
I'm not a blue.
I'm a sucker for the blue.
For the slurp.
Yeah.
Yeah, such the slurp.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't know how you humanely get rid of a rat. I was born and raised over on the Eastern Shore of Maryland on a farm. And when rats came, it was only one thing that happened with them. They went down, and they went down hard.
That's such a great soundbite.
I love that.
The other day I did a wedding. My friend Natalie got married, so I performed their ceremony.
Oh, yeah?
And Gilly is the guy she married, and he's from Southern Maryland, like Southern Maryland.
Yeah. St. Mary's County.
Yeah, I got up there to do like pre-announcements before the ceremony, and I'm like, be careful of your cigarette butts because there's been fires in the area and blah, blah, blah. And I do my announcements and I go, all right, if anyone's from Maryland, raise your hand, and half the audience raises their hands. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, everyone, but I need to translate for the Marylanders, so just bear with me. And I was like, okay, Hans, so you're going to want to put your cigarette butts out in the buckets, Hans. And then we're going to move on down there for the cocktail hour, Hans. It was so funny.
That's funny. Were they laughing?
They were loving it.
I'm sure they were loving it.
That guy came up to me afterwards. And he's like, you got it all right, except for when you say tramps. You said tramps wrong. I was like, all right, I'll work.
Yeah, all right, I'll work that in. Thanks, Jam.
Thanks, man.